Change is being seen, felt, and it's growing across the city of Hagerstown. In 2014, we hosted community conversations, getting our residents and stakeholders more involved in our future. We saw old buildings take on new purpose, and we joined a grassroots effort to bring back the heart of Hagerstown. These are changes we embrace. They're changes we can take to new heights with even more collective support from the community. Here's a look at how the city led and supported positive progressive change in our community throughout 2014. We're making a coordinated collaborative effort to invigorate development in our city center. It's called the Community's City Center Plan because of the significant role the community played in its creation. 130 hours were spent gathering input and ideas through personal interviews, group discussions, online feedback, and a community-wide meeting at the library. Urban Partners, an economics and planning firm, participated in those discussions and used the input to draft a 10-year roadmap for the city center development through 8 catalyst projects.
The plan calls for $125 million in new investment, with the private sector providing 75% of the funding. The remaining 25% would come from all levels of government. The plan builds synergy among other ongoing catalytic projects in the community and among partner organizations in our downtown neighborhood.
Progress is already underway, and we're keeping you informed with quarterly action updates. Look for one of the first projects to be complete later this year, as we link the Arts and Entertainment District to City Park with a trail that will help spur economic development opportunities and create a new neighborhood.
We're also building partnerships to provide high-speed broadband services in City Center. The city accepted proposals through a request for information to gauge interest in a municipal broadband project. The project would support affordable broadband at speeds of 1 gigabit or more in our downtown and serve a wireless parks initiative.
High-speed broadband access downtown would greatly benefit Da Vinci Interactive and our 17 employees, whether it's deploying a new web application or downloading large video files from our parent company in Harrisburg. It would streamline our business processes.
Hagerstown is fortunate to have so many businesses, organizations, and volunteers who are dedicated to supporting our downtown. Those stakeholders will now be working cooperatively under the Main Street banner. Hagerstown is a Main Street, Maryland community, the first in Washington County. The proven Main Street model will enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of our collective efforts. You're invited to join us for the official launch in April.
The pop-up shops gave the community a chance to rediscover downtown Hagerstown. The weekend-long shopping events were organized by the Downtown Movement, a group of volunteers seeking to bring back the heart of Hagerstown. City staff worked alongside the movement, coordinating with landlords to use empty space, providing code flexibility for the shops, and hosting a pop-up headquarters location.
Honestly, we couldn't have done it without the city, from helping connect with the landlords, down to getting permits, to, we have city officials that come to our meetings and have helped the entire way.
I think one of my favorite things is I feel like we've been on the same page with so many things, like we've had the same ideas at the same time, and I think that's been really, really cool.
After the success of the summer and holiday events, some businesses have decided to go from pop-up to permanent.
The city is building partnerships with developers through the First Third Grant. In 2014, the Grand Building at 20 West Washington Street saw major changes through renovations totaling over $750,000. The city provided the first third of the funding, $250,000. The developer, Michael Fitzgerald, also participated with the Partners in Economic Progress incentives. He was able to attract tenants with the rent assistance component of the program, and the building is almost fully occupied.
Economic development and the city manager and everybody within the economic side has been extremely great to work with. They've made everything easy for me. They've been there to help when I've had issues come up, and I sincerely appreciate everything they've done for me.
Hagerstown is becoming home to a growing community of artists. 4 artists are now living and creating in loft apartments at the studio on NoPo. They'll showcase their work and provide staffing for a gallery in their first floor storefront space. City, through the Barbara Ingram School for the Arts Foundation, provided a grant for $50,000 to develop the gallery, and employees gave their time to paint.
The city is promoting expanded opportunities for education in our downtown. As part of the community's city center plan, the city aims to support the growth of the University System of Maryland at Hagerstown from 500 to 750 students as they grow and develop new programs. The city and USMH are working cooperatively to capture student housing opportunities in downtown and have received proposals from interested developers and property owners.
As we were created downtown, all of our efforts have been focused on how we can be a contributing neighbor, a good neighbor in the community. And I think our student body is one source of that growth in what we can do.
Vacant properties have been acquired by the city and repositioned to have a more positive impact on our city center. The former CVS building is being transformed into a business resource center, and the city demolished the rear of 4353 West Washington Street to make the property more appealing to developers. Through the competitive negotiated sale process, the city can ensure properties are returned to the private sector for the highest and best use. Look for more improvements to get underway at 170 West Washington Street, plus 19 to 23 West Antietam Street was recently sold with the developer's commitment to demolish the structure.
In the West End, Broad Fording Road was widened to 4 lanes, making development around the shopping center more viable and attractive. The reconstruction was funded by Washington County government and private developers.
In 2014, the city celebrated with 19 businesses on the occasion of their grand opening and anniversary milestones. The Mayor and Council approved new measures to protect and support our neighborhoods, upholding the city's vision and commitment to housing and neighborhoods. Our codes and regulations are our community standards, and it's through these tools that we protect the investments of our residents and raise the quality of life in our neighborhoods. All of these measures support the community's city center plan, which aims to expand homeownership opportunities in Hagerstown.
Police are addressing safety from a neighborhood perspective. Officers are assigned a neighborhood. They engage with the residents to get an idea of what they experience. In turn, those interactions help resolve real issues that contribute to a fear of crime.
Having a good relationship with law enforcement gives the community a confidence that they are protected, that safety can be maintained, and it also helps that the people as a resource take responsibility in their neighborhood. Sends a signal out to those who may not want the best for our community to know that we do work together, all of us, along with the city officials and law enforcement, to maintain public safety.
Healthy neighborhoods make up a healthy community, and neighbors are working together to make a difference on and around their block. New groups are forming under the Neighborhoods First program, and residents are organizing their own events to feature why they love city life.
We're keeping our city streets and sidewalks accessible. Engineering staff assessed handicap-accessible ramps in our alleys and public streets. With the help of community development block grants, 85 ADA-compliant ramps were installed across the community. Public Works staff is taking a closer look at sidewalks too, to see where street tree roots have caused damage, making the necessary repairs.
We're sprucing up our gateways, enhancing first impressions of our city. The Department of Community and Economic Development adopted the East Franklin Street neighborhood, our city center gateway from the east. Staff is undertaking cleanups and beautification projects with residents, churches, and businesses. In the West End, park staff constructed a welcome sign at a substantial cost savings. Community engagement is taking off in new ways through online initiatives and interactive discussions. We're starting community conversations, sharing information, and gathering broad feedback to incorporate in our planning processes. Take a look at the Engage Hagerstown website, where over 400 people are connecting and collaborating with each other, sharing their thoughts and ideas on a variety of topics, and making concepts a reality.
As the community's city center plan takes shape, we're asking more people to weigh in with their ideas. Community members walked the proposed path of the trail linking City Park with the Arts and Entertainment District. Then they met afterwards to brainstorm and discuss options for features along the trail. The landscape architect behind the project is hitting the drawing board with lots of ideas, in addition to those provided on the Engage Hagerstown website.
We're using technology to provide more convenient access to information. Now on the city's website, you'll find a Resident X311 feature. Users are one click away from the most important information they're searching for. Plus, community members can use online reporting features. You can file a police report, report a concern about a property, and let the city know about power outages, potholes, street signs, or street trees that need maintained. The X311 feature is also available by phone. Just dial the main city phone number and enter 311. Callers are directed to a one-touch menu, which will put them in touch with a city staff member that can provide assistance.
The city's bond rating was upgraded from AA- to AA stable. Standard & Poor's cited Hagerstown's strong financial management practices, budgetary flexibility, and strong liquidity. To more responsibly oversee how the city incurs and pays off debt, finance staff revised the debt management policy.
The Municipal Electric Light Plant, MELP, is being demolished. The city negotiated a release and settlement agreement with the current owners. The remediation costs associated with the demolition are included in the agreed price, and the city expects the transfer to be complete in July. The mayor and council will be seeking input from the community about future uses for the property to support the East End.
The Hagerstown Police Department is taking innovative approaches to preventing crime. Through predictive policing, officers are able to patrol target watch boxes. These are areas where crimes are more likely to occur based on statistical analysis. Now, police staffing is at an all-time high. 16 new officers graduated from the HCC Police Academy. The downtown squad is at its highest staffing levels with 8 patrol officers. They're supplemented with a school resource officer at the Barbara Ingram School, a speed camera operator, a lieutenant, and auxiliary police. In partnership with Washington County Public Schools, there are now 6 school resource officers assigned to various schools throughout the city. When the program was established in 2002, there were only 2 officers in the program. The officers help with safety and security, but they also build relationships with students and staff.
The Hagerstown Fire Department was able to add a substantial piece of apparatus to its fleet without incurring a significant cost. The department was in need of a reserve ladder truck. A used truck was purchased, and the price tag was about 5% of the total cost for a new model. The department has ordered a new ladder truck to replace Truck 1 at Pioneer Hook and Ladder. The apparatus will be built over the next year.
The City of Hagerstown now manages 19 parks across the community. In 2014, the city accepted the transfer of Terrapin Park to the Collegiate Acres neighborhood. This park will feature playground equipment and, of course, turtles for climbing.
We've been awarded grants which secure the full funding of all 3 phases of construction at Kiwanis Park. The park will be complete in 2015 and users will enjoy access to the Antietam Creek.
Memorial Park, located at the corner of South Potomac Street and Memorial Boulevard, continues to take shape. The Pathway to Character was installed to promote the Pillars of the Character Counts program. A feature fountain was added, and decorative markers line the walking trails to tell the story of Hagerstown's history. Notable Hagerstonians will soon be recognized as the first inductees in the Circle of Achievement. Just down from Memorial Park, Hagerstown residents are going to get growing in a new community garden. A group of interested citizens formed a task force with recommendations for a garden. Residents are able to rent their own plots to grow fresh herbs, produce, and flowers. The gardens will be ready for the spring planting season.
Hagerstown is now officially a bicycle-friendly community. The city received the recognition at the bronze level by the National League of Cyclists. The league recognized our community's efforts in bicycle safety education, adding and improving bike lanes, and promoting bicycling events. We made more bicycle-friendly enhancements with grant funding.
More people are hitting the ice at the Hagerstown Ice and Sports Complex. The facility is now managed by the Hagerstown Ice Amateur Athletic Association to represent all user groups of the rink. The group worked with the city to identify opportunities to enhance the facility, and they celebrated their grand reopening this winter.
Check out these other changes in our Parks and Recreation programs. Parks and Engineering staff is currently addressing the impact of the emerald ash borer. This little insect has the potential to destroy a considerable number of public trees along city streets and in our parks. Staff is identifying the trees for treatment, planting replacement trees, and removing trees that can't be treated. The city's goal is to pursue the most cost-effective solution that will maximize tree preservation.
The city held its first electronics recycling event with a tremendous turnout. Residents contributed enough electronics to fill 5 tractor trailers. The event was free thanks to grant funds from the Maryland Department of the Environment.
We marked a milestone anniversary with the Hagerstown Municipal Band, celebrating a century of quality music in the community. The musicians also recognized Lynn LaRue for his 40 years of leadership, making him the longest-serving director. The city has sponsored the band since it formed in 1915.
The Maryland State Arts Council recognized Hagerstown with the Outstanding Arts and Entertainment District Award for 2014. The distinction is awarded to one community each year, and the members of the A&E Management Board graciously accepted the honor.
The arts community worked cooperatively with the city to bring public art to City Park. The sculpture is called The Fishing Lesson, depicting a mother bear showing her cub how to catch its own food. The bronze artwork comes to life through a storybook which was written by an HCC professor. The project was supported by the partners who developed the concept, private donors, and public grant funds. The city will be exploring opportunities to bring more public art to Hagerstown in the future. George Bernard Shaw said, "Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything." It's time to change the way you think about Hagerstown, the perspective from which you view our community. In order to succeed, we have to work for this change together. Whether your actions are as simple as picking up trash on the sidewalk or as significant as moving your business downtown, we all have a role to play. We are worth the change we want to see in our community. We are worth the risk. We are worth the investment. We are worth the effort it will take to continue to change Hagerstown. So let's set our sights on our future and be responsible for the change we create in our city.